Hello again and welcome to another particle paintbrush HUD tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to go over the target sub-HUD, the target tweaker sub-HUD. So I've already generated a particle here and it has a target flag set but no target. So whenever an emitter has no target but the target flag is set, it will target itself. As you can see, that's what it's doing. But we're going to generate a target and then have it target that target. So in the target tweaker, you can only talk to one target at a time, and you send all of its parameters at one time. So before you can send the target parameters, you have to summon the target. So we're going to summon target 3, and the way to do that is you choose summon and you click the 3, and you'll notice that the color changes to note that it's summoned, but it's still dim because it's not selected. So now we're going to go ahead and change its parameters. So it's summoned, but it's invisible right now. So once I select it, we'll see what its current settings are. They'll come in blue. Once I begin to change those, they'll be green, and once I send them, it'll come back as blue again. So we're going to make this target a moving target. There are 3 different types of movement. You can have an orbit, an oscillation, or erratic random movement. For this example, we'll choose orbit, and then we're going to give it a center. The center can either be the wheel itself, the numbered emitter the target came out of, or you can choose an offset from the wheel. In this case, we're going to choose the emitter as the center. And now we'll choose an axis of rotation. And you have many choices there. In this choice, we're going to go ahead and choose the wheel's x-axis. And then we're going to go ahead and give that a radius of 3. And we're going to leave the speed at 6. And we're going to make it visible so that you can see it. And we'll go ahead and send that out. And there you see the target. And you see it's orbiting the emitter center at a radius of 3, speed of 6. But you'll notice that it's not being noticed by the particle yet, so we have to reset the target so that the wheel can sense the target and then send that parameter to the emission. So we'll go to the emitter. We'll choose number 3. We're going to change its target name. Now it's currently set at the same target, but it hasn't sensed it yet, so we have to reset it. So I'll hit change and type emitter target 3. And once I send that, you'll see now that the emissions are targeted at emitter target 3. Now you can target emitters at anything you want. It doesn't have to be the emitter targets, but the emitter targets are what are controlled by the target HUD. So those are the targets that you can have a little bit of control over from the HUD. But if you wanted to create some elaborate movement in a target, you could simply use your own target and it would still target that. So we'll take a look at what this looks like in good lighting here. So we're going to hide the wheel. And we're going to turn everything to black in the background. And what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and spin the wheel and you'll see we can get some interesting patterns if both the wheel is spinning and the target is spinning. And again, there are many different settings you can have for the targets and many different rotations and speeds and settings that you can have for the wheel. And you can use any texture you want. So you can create some pretty amazing presets or effects with this. As an example, the first preset we did in the first tutorial was a pinwheel preset. In this case, I'll show you a preset which also uses moving targets. I call that the pinwheel moving target preset. We'll go ahead and set that, and you'll see. Now what happens whenever you choose a preset is any existing targets are killed or de-rezzed, and then any new targets are rezzed, and then they're chosen. So in this case, you'll see there's a moving target. You can't see the target, but you can see that the particle's end point is changing over time. And so this is a moving pinwheel target. It's a little low in the screen, so some of it's getting chopped off. But anyway, that's how you use the target emitter sub-HUD, the target tweaker. So that ends this tutorial. Thanks for watching. See you next time.